Okay, good afternoon, good evening, almost. So this will be a microscopic examination of 3 slides. It's been quite some time since I've taken microscopic examination. Since lately, I would say I've changed the focus of my stay at this, apartment in direction of Zion. From deeply from the deep scientific to the deep, political, the adventures, of this one or the other. Anyway, I have decided to take now 3 samples because actually there's kind of things that I'm kind of interested to see what's actually was created. So that's why it was important for me to get back for a second to microscopic examinations. So we have 3 slides. One, the kind of the brown one is from this kind of chocolate mix. It's kind of a new mixture that is it contains cacao, powder, and also tzimkau, which is a very rough chocolate that is used for cooking, for baking, and it was cooked for quite some time not on fire stove as it was usually done, or in electrolysis, but instead on electric stove. This gets several. It's got all sorts of possible implications. So, but let's just take a look and see what we have in it. There was several iterations, and each time when you add a little bit of oil and other material, never mind exactly what, but also the usual stuff. But let's see what's in it. Also, so the next one, the blue one, it's just it's blue from the methylene blue, from the stain, was taken from a prior mixture that was similar but much more kind of that that was almost completely that was baked so much, or cooked so much that there was kind of no water left. Only kind of things that are hard material. It's got also interesting properties that maybe I'll speak about it in a separate video because it's not the topic of this video, but you see it's very hard material. So what I've done in order to take this examination is that I've just scratched a little bit of one of these rocks into a small cup and added the olive oil, just to be used. Perhaps olive oil is not the best solution for something. Perhaps I should have used alcohol, but I don't have alcohol right now, so that's why I just used olive oil. That's just a drop, so it will be more liquid. So this will be placed under backlight microscope. So it's similar to this one, but with kind of less cacao and more other stuff, and also much more dry, much drier. And the third one, it's red because it's stained with LCY. Is an examination of one container that is left from 2 or 3 months ago, from the early days in this apartment. I kept this container, you see, in this little cabinet there. It was done during the time when we created the bacteria in cultures, so this was kept as a reference. So it's interesting to see what's inside after several months. Probably something. It's not airtight, so probably we should be able to see life form in it, but I don't know how nasty they will be, if at all. So let's just start the show by order of how I presented it. Although I should say that the last days were very heavily invested in kind of a tournament that was held, sportive tournament that was held, by the various intelligence services of this state. And since they see me as one of them, even though obviously I'm not, I was forced to participate. But we don't have the results yet. It's kind of these are games that it takes some time to understand who actually won and what's the result. Just a second. It's a little bit dirty, the islands. I don't have alcohol, which is a shame. This could have been very helpful right now, but I don't have alcohol left. This can be very, beneficial for the purpose of cleaning, lenses. Good news is that I found in one of the cases, the crates from the storage, like the two other eye lenses, which can give us like smaller magnification, which is sometimes needed. Although I have like the eye lens that is connected by USB to a computer, but I don't have like a desktop computer right now. This is not in a workable condition, but this can also be very helpful. It's difficult to focus for some reason. Not sure why. Is it problem with the microscope or the way the preparation of the slide? This is of course a very nice one, big one. Generally, this there is like a trouble to focus. Here there is another so you only see like general things like. It started with 150. This was 64. So what happened here? So obviously after some time that it wasn't in the news, it's kind of like a little bit dirty, so we need to clean the microscope. So this is the object. It's obviously but we couldn't get much more in 150. So here we see assortment of neons, which is very nice. So overall, I mean, it's a good mixture. I mean, taking into account that it was taken from a huge pot, like I mean, so because we have tremendous amount of that. So taking that into account, we have like pretty big, nice, mixture in this pot, and not tremendous like amount of life form. We do see some remnants, but not many actually. So it's actually good. It's good. I mean, because it of course it was created in a non-sterile environment, but not many life form. We don't see tremendous amount of life form, which is kind of like might be beneficial. This is absolutely a life form and disgusting one. So we do see a little bit, but I say it could have been worse, considering it's like an open pot like to the air and reiterating every step. So dense mixture, difficult to focus, but we do see tremendous amount of neos, not as much as we've seen in other places, but yeah, again, considering that it was taken from the foam, from that we have so much of it, it's kind of like it's not, these are not bad results, and certainly it's good enough for the purpose of burning for certain. That's what I do with it for in the last couple of days. Okay, so let's continue with another slide. So we see more neos here. This is also a good mixture because we see very big ones actually, and also nice assortments of sizes, which is great. I had the reasons to believe that actually the dried camins that I've shown that actually it's very rich in neos. Like from all sort of things that happened when I processed it. So I had like indirect evidence. I didn't take microscopic examination, but from indirect evidence, I saw that this is actually good mixtures from the perspective of neos. It's got some kind of limitation it's for burning and other stuff, but it's like neos can live in these kind of like stones, not problem for that. Okay, so this is less promising. I mean, the beginning we've seen tremendous amount, and now we don't see much. Okay, never mind. This is a big one. This one is alive, and treating some bacteria with some kind of foam. Another one is very big and alive. Okay, so let's stop here. Actually, I feel like I'm losing, focus. Again, not many life forms, which is good. Which is excellent actually. Now let's take a look at a quick look at the third one, which is from this container that just stood not in non-sealed way, like for more than months, Okay. Very interesting, actually. We see very big ones and we see all sorts of like other stuff. This is a very beautiful neuron, 64 magnification, which means it's kind of like huge and perfect shape. And you see, really perfect shape. Let's take a look, like 150. And we can really see the details. This is amazing. Okay, we must do with so and very impressive neurons, but not tremendous amounts. But I mean, maybe this should be analyzed with further examinations to see if it's consistent with this kind of form. That doesn't, I mean, form of something that just weighted, without much interference. Nice. You see all sorts of colors. Okay, so that's it for now. I think, I'm a little bit tired, I admit. So, it's really all for now. Generally, I'm not, disappointed from what we saw in this spot because we had, some big news on it, and it was a healthy, healthy yet not rich, mixture of news. And it should be said that we have relatively a lot of it. So, this should be taken into account when we kind of like assess. What's the how good or what's the correct quality of the mixture. And regarding the mushrooms that come in, yes, this slide contain much more news than that one, for example. And this is consistent with something that I've seen with this stuff. Again, its main characteristic is that it's burned, so you can't move it like outside of the United States. Okay, so bye for now.